Greetings, Mad Crafters. Madragoric here, and today we're going to look at the ultimate self-refilling automatic potion brewer. Yep. And it has its own water bottle filler attached to it. It's awesome. Yep. All right, let's take a look. All right, so right here is the one I designed not too long ago. This is actually Impulse SV's design, and I had to put a different trigger on it for it to work for Bedrock. And I'm in the current version, 1.16.221. And it looks like we've already filled this thing up. Let's take a few out of here. Get it going. So you see this thing is still working. No problems. The new design, partially, is over here. We changed the trigger. And thanks to Oofin Gamer, he showed me a way to do a zero tick with an observer, which is kind of like the way Impulse SV does it. And it works just the same, much smaller, and you won't have any potential lag problems from a server or anything where that affects these delays. So this works great. So the way this works is basically when it has power, it's down. You turn power off, it leaves it at the top, and vice versa. So you just set up that to work over here. Really simple. But what we're talking about today, let me get that out of my hand, is this bad boy right here. Yep. This utilizes the new trigger right there. And then it also, on the top, has a automatic water bottle filler for you. So all you have to do is load in a whole bunch of empty bottles, empty glass bottles, and it automatically fills it up and keeps this chest full of bottles. So you always have bottles in there. And then it also has a light indication to tell you when this chest is empty. So if you're using it and this light goes out, you still got a whole chest and a couple of hoppers full of water bottles to suit you for a while. And give you a little bit of time so you have time to go back over here and refill this chest with a whole bunch of empty bottles. So it's awesome. Now you're probably going, yeah, Matt, but you can't use that in the nether. You can't do it. And it's like, and you're absolutely right. You can't have hey, jump up. You can't have a water source in the nether. That is very true. So my thought on that is have something like this right outside your portal, because a lot of people use the nether for, say, XP guardian farms. So you have all the guardians spawning into portals and ending up down in the nether. Then you go down there and kill them. But what you can do is you just have this set up right outside your overworld portal, and then you just grab some of these on your way in. Any extras, leaving a chest there, so you always have extras there. This is awesome. It's awesome. All in one nice little area. Now, it's not tileable, but it's fine. You just put these stairs next to it so you have somewhere to get up and get into this chest so you can refill this. And you're good. All right. So what are we going to need for this? What are we going to need? So here you go. You can pause the video now. You can take all this stuff, figure out what all you're going to need. For this case, we're going to do a splash potion of harming, like you would use for like a guardian farm for an XP farm. And those are the ingredients you need for it. And that's how we're going to set this up. So for this build, you're going to need a 4x7 block area. Yep, that's all you need, and you'll be good to go for this. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is put a double chest right there with a single chest next to it. Then we're going to take a hopper going into that double chest, and then a hopper going into that hopper, just like that. Then we'll put our potion stand right on top of that with 4 hoppers going straight down into it. Looking good. Now we're going to come out a couple of blocks and set up 4 temporary blocks going straight down, just like so. Now we can use those to put our droppers in. Now just put a dropper on the face of each one of those 4 temporary blocks. Going into the hoppers looks good. Okay, get rid of these. Now we need to put a hopper going into the side of this potion stand. There we go. And that's where our water bottles will feed into. Now let's set up some redstone structure here. So we're going to go 2 blocks up, 1 block out, 1 block down, and then 1 block right next to that. Then we're going to take a comparator, feed it right off of that hopper right there, another one off of that hopper right there. Then we're going to do 2 pieces of redstone tusk going down from there, and 2 pieces going up right there. We'll put a repeater underneath the bottom, and a redstone torch right there. Looking good, looking good. Now it's time to set up our trigger. So what we're going to do is take a sticky piston. We're going to place it facing straight up right there in front of that comparator. And then we're going to put an observer on top of it facing that direction. Then we're going to take 2 more sticky pistons and place them right there and one on top of it right there, and then put another observer right there. Looks good, looks good. Now let's set up the signal. So we're going to put a slab right there on that second hopper, and then put full blocks on the third and first droppers. Then on each one of those, we're going to put a single piece of dust on the top of each one of those with a repeater going into there. Perfect. Everything for the potion portion of this is set up, ready to go. Looks good, looks good. Time to set up that water bottle maker. That's right. All right. So we're going to put a hopper on top of that one, and then a chest on top of that, and then another hopper feeding down into that chest. Now let's set up some structure. So I want the 4 blocks coming off that chest right there, and then 2 on the side right there. Then we're going to go 2 up, break the bottom one, 1 over, then 2 up, break the bottom one, and then add an additional 2 for a total of 3. All right, on this side we're going to go 1 over like this, break that one, and then 3 more back for a total of 4. Then we're going to put a block right there, kind of in the middle, right there. It looks good. And then 1 up and over there, just like so. And then we're going to put this slab right here. This is very important because we got to have a redstone signal go down through that hole. So it's got to have access. Make sure you use a slab. Now we're going to put 1 more block up there, break that. There we go. Looks good, looks good. And that is our structure for our redstone. Looking great, looking great. So let's put some redstone in. All right, so we're going to put a comparator there with a repeater coming out of it. Then we're going to put 1, 2, 3 pieces of dust there with a repeater at the end of it. And then on this side, we'll put 2 more pieces of dust down at the bottom there. And then 2 more right there with a repeater right there. Now this repeater is special. You need to set it on 3 ticks. Make sure you have that on 3 ticks. It's very important. All right. Now for the rest of this, we're going to put 2 pieces of dust there with a comparator coming out of the chest and a repeater out of it. Looks good. Then 1 piece of dust there, a lever, and you turn that lever on. That ensures that no signal gets out of that comparator unless that chest is full. Now we'll put our dispenser right there and then start placing blocks around it. So we'll put 1 there and 1 across, 1 up, 1 next to that dropper. And then we have our hole ready. Now we can put our water source right in this hole. Bam, there we go. Now we'll come around here. Let's go ahead and cover that up and that hopper. Yeah, we don't want anything to fall out. Okay, now we're going to put a hopper going into that dispenser right there, and then a double chest on top of that. This is where our empty bottles are going to go so they can get filled with water. Out of that, we're going to put a comparator going through that block to a piece of redstone dust. Then we're going to build up a block up just like this, and then break that bottom one and put our last piece in, which is going to be our redstone lamp right there. Excellent. All the building in redstone is now done. Super easy, super simple, no problems. All right. Now let's get into one last thing you got to do. So let's jump back over here. All right, so in this hopper right here, one right above the brewing stand, you should go in there. We need to set up a kind of filter so it only allows 1 ingredient at a time. So you'll need 22 blocks of choice. I'm just using some oak planks here. So, as long as it doesn't go into the brewing stand. So you need to put 1 each in these 3 spaces, and then 19 in that space. Leave that 1 open, and you're good. It'll only allow 1 to go at a time. Be perfect. All right. So that is all set up. The other thing we can do is we can go ahead and jump up here and get this thing go ahead and making some water bottles. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump these in here like this, just like so. You can see this thing starts firing off. Now this thing, you'll see this on a delay over here. What that does is that helps prevent this dispenser from clogging up. And so it always keeps it in there, and you'll never get it backup of bottles in there, and it'll always be clear, always work, no problems, never get clogged. So we should be collecting them here. Look, already got 2 full hoppers and almost a full chest. So this thing works really fast. Get you those bottles, woohoo! And all right, so let me finish setting this all up, and I'll bring you right back. All right, so I got this all set up, got all the ingredients put in that we need to create our splash potion of harming. Yep, so down here, this will be where our potions all end up when they're made. And then we can use this chest over here to store any extra blaze powder we need here. Now to get this thing going, what we need to do is first of all, you need to make sure you have that one piece of netherwort in there. You've got to prime it before you even start. Okay, and then make sure you have ingredients in all of your droppers. Okay, and you should already have a full thing of water. Yep, all good to go. Everything looks good. Now to get this thing going, all you got to do is have a just single bottle or item or whatever. I just used a bottle, and we're just going to pop that into that hopper, and that'll fire everything off and get it going. Once it goes through, you can just go over here, take the bottle out, place it over here, and just kind of store it there for restart it later if you need to. So now everything's going, fire it off. Should be starting our awkward potion. There it is. And as that gets done, then our spider hours start. So let's go through a little speed run through the brewing. So we're just about to finish up this splash potion so we can see it kick off here. It's done, those fall out, that pulls down, pushes back up, fires up new ingredients, puts our bottles in. Since our last item was, of course, the netherwort at the top, so that's the last one that goes in, so that goes here, so it makes our awkward potion. There's kind of a trailing thing here, and it restarts the process of making your potions. See? All good to go. And then they'll all collect right here in this chest, but when it gets full, what happens is it'll come here, it'll back up into this hopper, which keeps a constant power to this piston, which pulls this down and prevents, whenever it's power, this pulls down, so prevents from powering and sending more ingredients out. Puts it in standby until you pull some out, enough to clear this hopper, and then that power goes off, pushes the observer back up, firing the ingredients off, restarting the process all over again. Awesome. Awesome. Works great. Works great. Think you'll love it. Hope you do. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And if you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.